Here comes a new challenger!
What's up, everybody? How you doing? I'm laid back and relaxed and ready for another episode of Chat and Draw. J-Man, what's up? Moana, sis, how you doing? Welcome to the show, and let's get you caught up on everything. First off, I'm Mike Watson. I do a little thing called making comic books. You might have seen me or heard of me. Here's a couple of my things. I am Most Epic Art on Instagram, Twitter, Patreon, and the TikTok. That's what the kids are all into now. But I'm also the publisher of Short Fuse Media Group, founder of Freestyle Comics, one half of the Good, the Bad, and the Nerdy, the most enthusiastic person in comics, aka the Super Mad Brother, and your host today and every day on Chat and Draw, a show where we literally do that. I talk with creators while drawing their characters. And on some episodes, I actually got a couple of those coming up, I will get with a fan and draw their favorite character and talk to them about why that's their favorite character right here on the show, talking, chatting, and drawing. Now, there have been a lot of drawing going on with me this week. Man, hey, it's I'm tired, but it's a good tired. I'm not gonna knock it. I'm attached to a lot of different projects right now, and me and Danny Cooper just took on another project, and doing more stuff with Short Fuse, expanding and doing our thing or whatnot. You don't have to leave. You're fine. Okay. All right. So yeah, so doing all this stuff and just making things happen. Man, making comic books is entirely fun. I gotta say that, and I've done some stuff with the guy that I'm about to bring on today to this show. I got a little feature in a project of his that'll be coming up here soon or whatnot. So I'm trying to put my hands in lots of pots and do lots of art. But without further ado, what's up, Daniel? Man, good evening. How you doing? Congrats to Daniel Calvin because he's also hit the cloud of successful Kickstarters with that American Dreams that's coming at you. But let's get on with the things that we do with this show that I love to do that I think is real quirky because I am a geek.
Here comes a new challenger!
What's up, Travis? Here you go. He's the first person to do this.
He
did this last season. Got to get the fight ready. Right. So we got Travis Gibbs in the building. He's been on here before. We did Broke Down, and what was that? 4 Dead Bodies?
Yeah, 4 Dead Bodies. Yeah, we did a great picture with that.
4 Dead
two
Bodies.
Guys. I mean, you draw two, double the work for less pay. It's fantastic.
Well, I felt like they came as a pair, so we just went ahead and knocked them out. They also got featured on the official cover that'll be coming out in a bit here for the Chat and Draw Volume 1. And then you guys I don't know if you noticed, but you're in the credits. You're in the intro.
Oh, I didn't. I was watching the credits and I must have missed it because I was in another tab and then I was like, what? There's a new intro. Let me check this out. I was very impressed with your intro. You spent he's like Jurassic Park in here, right? You're like spared no expense. Like everything is perfect.
Hey, we're trying. Veronica Smith's in the building. Thank you, Veronica. Looking forward to seeing your colors on that guitar that I drew yesterday. Can't wait to see that. Yes, a wild Travis appears. So we are here again. And I know we talked about this last time. Travis was trying to figure out which character he wanted me to draw last time, and then we just went with Broke Down in 4 Dead Bodies. But now we're doing the other character he was talking about. And Travis, why don't you go ahead and tell us about this guy that we're drawing today?
Well, first off, Voodoo Nations is super exciting. So we just funded, so I'm really excited about it. So I'm going to open this beer to celebrate. We just funded, I get a beer for celebrating. I know it's not dinner time yet. I still got a little bit, but I want to celebrate with a Guinness, so that's exciting.
He's celebrating. We're celebrating. We just got that Kickstarter link put in there. So go help him celebrate some more. You want to cheer this guy on? You want to say, yeah, share his Kickstarter, pledge to his Kickstarter, find something on it you got. Even if you give $1, that's helping. And if you don't have no money because times are hard because of COVID and all that stuff, absolutely understand it. You can still give us a share. You can advocate for him because I can tell you this man can write. He writes some pretty fancy, nice stuff.
If you give me $1, you get 7 digital books. So
What?
it's not even a bad thing. Yeah. We've got backer rewards going up. So you get 7 digital books just by giving me $1. You don't get my book. You got to spend 3 for that, but you get everybody else's.
Hey, Travis, it's your show.
Right.
It's your show. You always got to go big for you.
Right. Go big for me. I require at least $3 to get something that I wrote.
That's a really awesome perk. So this is what we're talking about here, people. This is how people find out about our Kickstarters. This is how we get support for our Kickstarters. That we're talking about $1 gets you 7 digital books. I didn't even know that was a thing, but that is a thing on his Kickstarter. So if you got $1 to spare, kick that over. You're getting 7 digital comic books. If you don't have any money to spare, it costs nothing to share, and it helps. It helps increase our audience and puts more eyes on our projects so people can see it and potentially like it, and they can pledge or they can tell somebody else. And then this whole domino effect happens. But
I'll lend you the $1. Like if you're that bad, I got you, bro.
Yes, Daniel, he did. He just made go. You just on here saying that. The other thing is that if you are able to donate some money, make a pledge, there are a lot of cool things on here. All right, there's cool things that you want to check out. Lots of good prizes or reward tiers. So check those things out. I'll be randomly spot checking with the link. We are streaming right now on Twitch and Facebook on the Short Fuse Media Group page. So give those pages a follow because we are always attempting to introduce you to things.
And if you're on Amazon Prime, like, why are you not giving Michael Watson money on Twitch? Like, you can do that. Like, it's absolutely free. It costs you nothing, and you can give him money. He wants money. He deserves your hard-earned dollars. He does this out of the goodness of his heart, making wonderful things, and you're not giving him your free Amazon Prime. You're taking advantage of all the free shipping. You're watching all the Boys and Good Omens. That's the only thing worth watching on Amazon Prime. I'm sure there's other stuff, but really those are the things you're worth watching. And you can't give Michael Watson. You don't even watch Twitch. You know you don't watch Twitch. And if you're on Twitch, you can give Michael Watson $1 or whatever they give him. Like, give him whatever it is. Come on, get your shit together.
I completely forgot that Twitch, if you're a subscriber to Amazon, you get a free Twitch subscription. You can subscribe to somebody free. I completely forgot about that. Please use your Amazon Twitch subscription for me. It costs you nothing. This is something you're just getting for free. Use it free. This is why in Travis we trust.
I'm going to do it right now. I mean, I can't see my thing. I'm not sure if it'll help you, but I'll try. Let's get this taken care of. I mean, it's so easy to help people out, and you guys just need to do a bare minimum of work. That's it.
That's crazy.
It's not hard. We are in an art community. Art survives by people helping each other out. It's not that simple. It's not that hard, people. You guys ask, why does nobody help me? Why does it get this? Because you don't help anybody else. That's why.
Dude, that is crazy. I literally do that for my for Midori Hana because she's the one that's kind of like become my Jedi master and telling me all about Twitch and how Twitch works and stuff like that. And we have Amazon, and I use my subscription for her. That's crazy, man.
Right. She don't deserve your money. Take it back.
All right, so definitely going to be advocating and pushing for that more. Thank you, Travis. But we're here to talk about you and what you got going on with the successful as Kickstarter that you got kicking up. So tell us about this character.
Talk about this character, right? So the character he's drawing is a circle. My character is just a circle with little face bars. Like, he's done. This is the quickest chat ever. No, so this is Bishop Lucas. Not to be confused by Bishop, whose name was Lucas, which I probably subconsciously did.
Okay.
Like Bishop of the X-Men. Isn't his name like Michael Lucas or something like that?
Yeah.
I have no idea. But so Bishop Lucas, he is a voodoo priest from Brazil. The characters in our first book called Voodoo Nations go to Brazil, being nice Christian, wonderful people. They decide to help out a flood that killed over 200 people. They decide to go in there, but they accidentally put their wonderful, wonderful work and all the wonderful good charity that they were doing on a land that was owned by Bishop Lucas, who is a voodoo priest of the area. This caused lots of drama. And Bishop Lucas is not the normal bad guy. He's like a cross between Negan and Loki. So he not only does he want to mess with you, he not only does he want to get in your face and tell you how wrong you are, he also wants to mess with your head. So he's a very cool villain. This book is a world-trending adventure. So it starts out in Brazil, then we're going to go to New Orleans in issue 2. We're going to go to Mexico in issue 3, and then back to Brazil for the final confrontation at the end. Spoiler alert. It's basic storytelling, people. But yeah, it's a really cool book. I'm really taking a lot of jabs at Christianity. I am a Christian, but I'm still taking a lot of jabs at it because, these missionaries, they go to like Haiti or they go to Brazil or whatever, and then you'll see their websites and they're like, we are taking 4th of July off. We are taking Thanksgiving off. No, those aren't their holidays. Those aren't days you take off anymore. You've decided to be a missionary. But they don't. They try to Americanize everything. So I'm poking fun at it a little bit and kind of messing with that a little bit as we go.
All right. So what's up with this character? What's his goal? What's his objective? What is he going for?
I forgot you like the deep cuts. I don't want to tell all those deep cuts that'll ruin the story, but let's do it.
We can go start
exclusive. Why not?
Okay. Hold on.
All
right, since we're going to do a little bit of exclusives, here we go.
Yeah, come back in about 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how fast I talk. So, as you guys know, if you're in the voodoo or studied voodoo at all, the traditional titles for voodoo is a sister or a papa, Papa Midnight. You guys have seen all these things. Bishop is specifically a mockery of Christianity. He was at one point involved in some Christian stuff that happened to him in his past, and he has a vendetta against Christianity. So the first issue takes place 100% between Ash Wednesday and Easter Sunday, and he basically mocks the resurrection by killing one of the people and resurrecting them, and having a lot of fun with that because he has this hard-on, this anger towards Christians specifically, and it causes a lot of issues. Wait, did you erase what you had before and start over?
Yeah.
We're never going to get done if you keep doing that, But yeah, that's kind of his motivation. So his motivation, he's a good guy in his own mind. He wants to save these people, and these Christians, these missionaries who've come in are going to mess them up because they messed him up when he was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're addressing. Voodoo. What's cool about it is Voodoo Nations actually, the reason why it's called Nations and not Nation is there's lots of voodoo priests all around the world, and they're a part of a singular group. I'm not going to reveal the name. That is a little bit too much spoiler, but they're all part of the same group. So when he travels to New Orleans, he's going to meet people in the group. So when you do his teeth, I see you're doing some teeth. He does not have a full rack of teeth. I'll have to send you a link.
Okay.
His teeth are all jackered up.
All right. That is easy adjustment.
Yeah. That's why he always has his mouth shut all the time in all the pictures, is because his teeth are all jacked up, and it's kind of a surprise. So see if I can find you a picture. It's storming here, so if I lose you guys, it's not because I don't want to be here. It's that clearly God's heard that I was mocking religion live on your show and is punishing me.
Well, it's storming a bit here too, so it might happen on our end as well.
But let me get you a jaggered up teeth picture for you, just for you. We're wonderful. You can even share it. But yeah, that's what we're talking about. That's Voodoo Nations is live. We just funded today, which is super excited. I'm super excited about it. I'm so happy that I funded on your show. Literally a couple of minutes beforehand. I mean, we funded at 5:42.
Oh, that's what's up.
So
I like it when things like that happen right before the show or during the show.
Yeah. But as anybody who's done a Kickstarter, we need some buffers. So don't just go, well, he's good, because anything can happen. Yesterday we had some drop pledges, but they happen. Normally you get 5 to 10 people who drop every campaign for various reasons. Mostly it's money.
Yeah.
Make sure that you guys can help us out and get us a little bit of buffer to make sure that there's no problems. And we got some cool stretch goals that I'm going to announce. Let's find the colors and stuff. So any comments? Let me check the comments because you're drawing.
Mm-hmm.
What do we got here? We got Heather says hello. Hi, Heather. How are you? Daniel says missionaries. Oi. I'm not sure if that's oy vey because I know he has a Jewish character in American Dreams, or oi as in punk rock oi. I will take either. Daniel says one good turn deserves another. I assume that's about both of us funding Kickstarters.
I believe it is.
Veronica Smith is here. Who else is here? Say hi to us in the comments. We want to hear from you. We want to know what's up. The only reason to have StreamYard is to know what's up with people. So we need your help. He's got a long way to draw, and we've got a lot to talk about.
Yeah. This one is this is only actually this is like my second Voodoo Witch Doctor that I drew.
Oh, who else did you draw?
I did one. It was a custom character for somebody else. They haven't had a book out for him yet, but they wanted me to draw a little pinup with that character or whatnot.
It doesn't have to happen to be what is that name? Mojo, is it?
No. I don't. I know it's not Mojo for sure. I don't think it's anybody that
That's in our
traverses in our
community,
circle. Yeah.
right? Because Mojo goes live on August 1st. And another exclusive here. You want to do your little thing? Another spoiler exclusive?
Yeah.
Or this is exclusive. Do you got a different thing for exclusive?
No, I just got the spoiler right now. I'm gonna have to get a thing for exclusives next. That'll be the third season upgrade.
Third season upgrade. So what we have is we have a combined cover for that, which is really, really cool. So there'll be a Bishop Lucas on one, and there'll be a Mojo on the other, Mojo Rising on the other, and they're fighting because Mojo's a good guy and our guy is definitely a bad guy.
So if it's spoiler, you don't have to tell. But has he always been into this voodoo, or was it triggered by whatever situation he's seeking for revenge? Oh, Travis froze up. Oh, he says he's got that power trouble over there. Or my question may have been just too spoily. I think my question was too spoily. Now, I don't know too much about this character. So I don't know too much what to say until Travis comes back. But we're going to work on this sketch. We're going to work on this. I wanted something. I'm definitely trying to go for something dynamic and what is it? Dynamically evil. Yeah, because like you said, he's a bad guy, and the best bad guys are the ones that think they're right, that they're just in the thing that they are fighting for or pushing for. He banged out. I think he'll be back. Man, John hands are fun. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, if I freeze up or we go out of here, is because there's a storm down route. I was talking to Danny Cooper earlier, and he was saying the storm's hitting our direction. My wife is saying it's happening right now. Yeah, he just messaged me. Lots of power for a second. He's coming right back. All right, cool beans. So Daniel says, as I'm Jewish, it's definitely the oy vey oy. LOL. Isn't the punk version of it oi? And yes, I was referring to Kickstarter when it comes to good turning thing. What's up, Chris Daly? Chris Daly's here with us as well. Thanks for tuning in today. All right. What's up? Who we got on Twitch? We got anybody on Twitch? No, just one person on Twitch watching us. All right, all right. Well, we're here. We're here. And we're going to get this guy pretty established here. Mm-mm-mm. Dun, dun, dun. I did not know that about. I didn't even think about that on Twitch. How many of y'all got Amazon Prime accounts? Just go over to Twitch and follow me for free. That's crazy. Did you know that, Carmen? Yeah, because we have an Amazon Prime account, we get a Twitch account for free, and we can follow one person who has a paid subscription for free. Yeah, so anybody with Amazon can follow me. I think they should. Because they're not using it anyway. Use it for me. Oh, and we're back. Getting his stuff connected there. There we go. All
So
right.
I'm only kind of back. This is on my phone, so I'm using my horrible internet thing on my phone. But
I figured as much. You said there was a little power outage.
yeah,
Man.
did you guys hear
So,
that loud bang?
no, you completely froze. We did not hear it.
Oh, like our lights went out. It was a large bang. Like the lightning must have hit like very, very close to the house. Like it was crazy.
Yeah, so I like you guys are always bringing some wickedly cool characters to my page for me to draw, like that I just get to have fun with.
Yeah, I
As
thought
far
you'd
as
have fun with
hunting
him.
drawing.
You know, a little bit more up your wheelhouse with superheroes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to get loaded. So where did I leave you guys off? What's the last? I was some sort of exclusive. We were talking about the
Yeah.
joint covers.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So one of it's gonna have Mojo, and one of them's gonna have uh, uh, Bishop Bishop Lucas, which is pretty cool. And they're gonna be fighting, which is really really cool to do. You know, especially with their young company, and we're gonna help them out. You know, they don't have any track record, but industry. You know, we kind of help each other out.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
So, um, but yeah, I love what you're doing with his hands there. That's cool.
Thank you. I wanted something maniacal and
Right?
kind of devastating, like he was building up for some real mystic trouble here, and I got a couple new brushes
Yeah.
so that I can play with.
What I love about comic books in general, right, is they have so many different things that you can do with them.
Hmm.
And there's so many different styles to draw, and there's so many. Your same character could never look the same. I mean, look at the iterations of Spider-Man over the years. We all know
Right.
Spider-Man, but he looks so different in everybody's different style and everything. So I just love that about comics. I think it's very unique about our industry that not a lot of other industries get. Right? Like if you
Right.
do it wrong, you don't you're out. All right, I think I'm actually back on with my computer, so I'm going to probably switch in just a second when you see the second me come on.
I'll grab it as soon as I see it.
So you want to just get my small little eye.
There we go.
All right, let me leave. All right. So yeah, so the two are fighting, which is really really cool. Excited about this. So is this building? How many more episodes do you have left? Because I remember last time I was like the last or the second to last, and
You're literally the second to last again. No, I got one more, and then I'm doing the season finale.
So is that the big thing where everybody comes back and Sean berates us for 2 seconds apiece?
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I had a big fan of that last time. Let's do it again.
Awesome. Yeah, I was about to get ready to start my chat to start asking creators which ones wanted to come back for it or whatnot. Yeah, I
All right.
got one more with my dude Rod, and then I think we're clear. And I'm gonna take a week off, and then come back with season 3.
Smart. All right, so let's see. J-Man has a question here. Is your character kind of a loner and goes by his own rules, kind of like Qui-Gon was with the Jedi Council? Since you started, there's others in the Voodoo Nations. Ooh, people are asking some spoiler country. I'm going to get back to that, Jay, in just 1 second. I got to go back up. I'm not used to reading comments, so I started at the bottom. You're supposed to start higher up. That's a trick of the trade for everyone, just so you guys know. It's a trick of the trade. That's an exclusive tip that we're giving you here. Write that down. Make sure you're aware. When you're reading comments, start where you left off and go. Don't start at the bottom. I know that every rap song has told you start at the bottom, then you're here, but that's not the way it goes in real life. Daniel says, as I'm Jewish, definitely oy vey oy, laugh out loud, isn't a punk reference of oy, and yes, I was referring to the Kickstarter when it comes to good terms. Isn't there a hurricane going on? Yes, we have a hurricane coming, but we're Florida. I mean, we just messed up baseball. I mean, what are we going to do?
Oh yeah, I might have to ink this on 3 different layers.
That's exciting. All right, so going back to Jay's question, so he is not a loner. He is part of the Voodoo Nations. However, he may or may not be in trouble for some of his actions that he does with the way he handles this situation. Because there is a set of rules for the Voodoo Nations that we're going to go over in the book, and when you see those rules, you'll have to compare them to what Mr. Bishop Lucas has done and see whether or not it works out. But yeah, that's a great question, Jay. Yeah. He is part of it, but not all voodoo priests are connected to Voodoo Nations. A lot of them are individual priests doing what they do, but there is sort of a cabal of voodoo priests that all have one leader and do certain things and try to do certain things that may or may not be sinister. We'll have to see.
That sounds so mysterious.
All right. So second, Daniel has a question. What is some of the research you did for the character in Voodoo and character slash Voodoo in general? So I did a lot of research in Voodoo. Voodoo's a hard thing and it's very sensitive. I'm a white guy. And there is some who will say that I shouldn't be tackling Voodoo at all. In the most recent iterations of Voodoo's been seen in a positive light. Which is fine. That's definitely a way to do it. There is good voodoo priests and there's bad voodoo priests. They're people. So that happens. Just like there's good Catholic priests and there's ones that molest little boys. Like it's just the way it is. I was even called out. Someone called me with a little bit of hesitation, a little bit of worry. They're like, because you did so well with Denver, the black character broke down, they felt very comfortable. But doing that, but because I did that research, that's why I stayed away from Haiti. Haiti is very scary, and the way Haitians view voodoo is scary stuff. And I was not ready to tackle that. I wanted to prove that I knew a little bit about voodoo and that I studied it. I've actually been studying voodoo for a long time. Actually, when I was in film school, someone hired me for $500 to write a voodoo script for them for a horror movie, and I did. So I studied it, and I studied that the religion of voodoo. And where it comes from, where its origins are from. It's a huge religion in both South Africa and Haiti and a whole bunch of different places. So you've got to be very sensitive to it. And a lot of voodoo priests, especially ones that are in America, also believe in Christianity, which is crazy to me. But they believe that the spirits and Christianity are the same. Most of them are Catholic, so they believe in the saints, that the saints are basically just spirits of different things, because you have the saint of this and the saint of that. That's the way they view voodoo is the same thing. We have the spirit of of cheating, the spirit of life, the spirit of forgiveness. They have different spirits, animal spirits, and all that. So yes, we do it. In every book, you're going to actually see a write-up of the spirits that we used and who they are and what they're all about. because a lot of things are we don't want to ruin the story to explain it, right? So there's, for instance, a part in the book where he's drinking and he's summoning a spirit. He's summoning a certain god. I can't think of the name right now, but I'm going to look it up as we're on the since I'm here. But he's talking to the spirit, and part of to summon that spirit is you become drunk and belligerent because that spirit is a trickster spirit, so it wants to hang out with you. He gets drunk and talks to that spirit, which is super fun. I've had a lot of fun with creating some of these spirits. And then certain spirits can do multiple things. Did you hear that thunder that time?
We heard it that time. Well, I did.
So it's really, really, really interesting to do that. And one of the things that's really interesting about Brazilian voodoo is homosexuality is actually a big thing in voodoo cultures because homosexuality is considered a definite no-no in Brazil. So a lot of the homosexual community will take part in voodoo rituals and be part of that because they can be accepted. And I thought that was a unique thing to look at and learn about. So the spirit that we're talking about is Babalua. Babalua, he's a spirit of various things. And what's interesting about these spirits too is some of them have the same names, but in different areas they do different things.
Okay.
And the way you summon them are different as well. So that's interesting. So he's the spirit of souls, and he's the god of death. Our priest talks to him a little bit. Like I said, we have a little bit of resurrection in this book. So that's why we hang out with him. So I haven't shared this stuff. And though I love talking about Voodoo Nations, can we talk about the page you did for me in my little book?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Michael Watson, after our last interview, I had such a great time with him. I wanted to get him into my book. So I have a book coming out in October called Cthulhu Invades Oz. And it's been super fun to do. And he wrote a 2-page story. Basically, it's about, in the stories, Cthulhu Invades Oz, basically every character has their own basically character to run. So someone has Dorothy, someone has Lion, someone has Scarecrow, but they kept destroying Oz every time. They kept destroying it. They kept destroying the Emerald City. So what we did was we gave Michael Watson a fictional character that he created that basically fix Oz every time it breaks. And he does, a story that other writers are going to be able to write the word bubbles for the story. He did it Marvel style. I just gave him the base.
Oh, did they lose power again? Maybe he'll come back.
And he gets to drop Marvel style. How was that for you? Oh, I got you in the middle.
We picked up right where you left off at doing it Marvel style.
Oh, you lost me, Marvel. I asked how that was for you.
That was fun. It was fun and hard because I know I needed to make it to where it was still applicable for you guys to be able to use it. And I loved the gag at the end for it that we were doing. So I was trying to figure out how to make it look like they were constantly always in this mode of fixing with enough information, but then still be able to kind of reuse some of those panels for our final bit where they just say, F it, we're not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
It was definitely challenging. I enjoyed it though. I liked how the pages came out, and I really like it. I tend to go like Adam Kubert. I'm probably pronouncing his last name wrong, but I love his setups and the way he draws and how simple it is. So I was trying to go for that for the last page. So that was definitely fun. So I enjoyed the gag at the end. So I hope other people do when they see it and they pick up on it.
It's going to be a lot of fun, and I don't know if you know this, but there's a community that does anthology stories, and I decided to give them one of them. So they have your art, and people are submitting. It looks like Daniel just submitted himself to be in that. So if you join, if anybody wants to see Michael Watson's art and see what it's all about, if you go to what is it called?
Thank you so much, J-Man. I appreciate it.
Comic Book Anthology Creators. If you go to Comic Book Anthology Creators, you can see the page and you can submit dialogue for it, and you may be in the book. And you're going to be in the book with tons of people who work for Scout, for SourcePoint.
Tons.
It's really going to get you. If you're a writer, you really should submit because it's really going to help level up because you're guilty by association. This no one in this anthology is not known for their craft.
What's the name of
Um,
that group again? I'll type
it's
it.
it's called Comic Book Anthology Creators. You want me to send you the link?
Sure. I didn't know if you could or not because yours kept freezing up.
Yeah, I'll get it for you.
All
Sorry,
right.
the storm, yo.
I know. Like I said, like you said, we were hearing some of that thunder coming through.
We're like
Oh,
an Imagine Dragons song up in here.
yeah, but it was definitely fun, and I appreciate being a part of it. I got real psyched once I got when Travis let me in a group, and I was like, "Oh man, look at the people in this group! This is a regular little smorgasbord of talent here." So I'm very excited to be able to be a part of that.
And I'm really excited that Short Fuse gets to be on the title. I'm starting working on the Kickstarter page now, even though it's in October, just because there's so much good art and getting that all together. And I loved adding Short Fuse, because I feel, in my opinion, when I first started doing this, Short Fuse was so busy and active. Like they were just as big as SourcePoint or Scout or any of these stuff. Yeah, they were only doing Kickstarter, but they were just as big. And I really loved that. And I'm really happy that part of the Short Fuse team is on that. And we've got lots of creators on there that are top tier talent. So I'm glad that
Oh
you are
yeah,
on there because I believe you are a top tier talent, Mr. Watson.
I appreciate that very much. So I saw those pages, and I really wanted to make sure that I delivered on the story. Because there some people in there were doing some really fantastic stuff, but then at the same time, while the art was really good, the storytelling in it was good, and I knew that the joke had to be able to be received. Like once they put the dialogue on it, people had to be able to catch on. Like, oh, okay, and I get it, and hopefully laugh and be like, oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm super excited about it. Looks like it'll be like the gag will happen like 4 times, and then we'll have the final. So we'll have, we have the one in the anthology, and then you'll be able to pay for it in the Kickstarter. So if you wanna pay for it to get yours in, you can do it there. I've seen some great submissions. I've loved the submissions. It's gonna be really hard to choose when we get there. Probably we'll choose in that group. You'll get 2 votes since it's your art, Mr. Watson.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun doing that and getting that out there. I'm excited about where it's going. I'm excited about that book.
Yeah, I'm excited about seeing it come together. I love the trailer that you pieced for it, and I was like, man, this is pretty substantial. Like it's when you get asked to be a part of something, and then you see like the scale and scope of it, it just adds to the energy of what you're trying to create and be a part of.
Yeah, no, it's going to be dope. It's going to be big. It's going to be epic. I'm looking for the biggest amount that I can get. I'm going to need like 10,000 to get this book out. So it's crazy, but we'll get it. We'll get it out. It's going to be good. We've got so many good talents in it. We got Richard Rivera. We've got David Byrne. We've got Brian Silverback. We've got Russell T. Nothes. We've got who else? We got Kurt Fletcher.
Greg Anderson, Jalise.
Greg Anderson. Yeah, Greg Anderson's working on some stuff. Brian Silveria. We've got Tyler Carpenter. We've got everybody, man. Everybody who's anybody in the indie scene
Mhm.
is there. Most, like I said, most of SourcePoint Press and most of Scout are in the book, which is crazy.
Awesome. J Man's got a question for you. He wants to
I
know,
see that.
in your studies of voodoo, did you ever get scared shitless on some of the practices?
Yeah, it's a little crazy, man. Like some of the stuff that voodoo that they do is really, really interesting. The way they do their religion and how many people are involved in it. Talking to the individual spirits and being basically being vessels. A voodoo priest is like a vessel to the spirits. So it's kind of scary that these people allow these spirits and self admit that sometimes other spirits who aren't the ones they're trying to summon take them over. So they kind of allow themselves to be taken over by these spirits and their belief system. So that's crazy to me. All we normally see is voodoo dolls and stuff like that, and that's
Right.
part of it. But just these people, like, they go to them for every problem. Hey, financial, I need help. Hey, my cousin died. They do resurrection spells. They do funeral rituals. They do everything they can. And they really, I really had a heart for them because they're really trying to help the community in their own ways. Yes, they sometimes, manipulate people. They sometimes do some bad stuff, but it's really crazy how deep and dark some of this stuff goes to.
Isn't that like the thing though? Like when you deep dive in on somebody else's culture and their religion, the means that they will go for their community and their people, while it may not be something that we are into or how we operate and function in their world, that's
Right.
what works.
Yeah,
Those are their rules.
there's certain parts of the world where there's literally mega churches that are dedicated to voodoo. Like, it's not small. And then there is small villages that have a voodoo priest that hides out in the hills that you've got to come and get, who's very mysterious. It's very, very, very cool. And creating it and doing this was super fun. Like I said, me being a Christian, Luke Stone is the artist. He's also a Christian. He's actually a pastor of a decent sized church. So having both of us do this very blasphemous book is super exciting. Dude, I love those shadows. Those are so good.
Thank you.
So I'm excited about the art book. So what's the plan for the art book? Can you tell us for one? Is it going to be Kickstarted, or what are we doing with it? Because how can I get my copy?
All right, so some people are getting like an early release copy through Daniel Calvin's Kickstarter, American Dreams, which it'll be like a Liberty exclusive cover that they'll be getting. But
I saw that.
yeah, but yeah, I think we're doing a Kickstarter for it individually because I want to do a sketchbook cover version of it. So that's a reward tier that if you want your character something specifically sketched on that cover, then you can get it through the Kickstarter or whatnot. But I'm working actually with one of my interns from the previous season, or previous year, through Freestyle Comics. She was our graphic designer, and I reached out to her to commission her to help me do the layouts for the pages of it or whatnot. So it is actually, I don't know if you seen the double page cover?
Yeah. I saw the 2-page spread. Yeah, it looks dope.
Did you see it colored?
I have not seen it colored. No.
Well, let's take a second there, buddy.
Yeah. And this is why. Oh, look at that. That's fancy. Where's my boys? I'm looking for them.
They are right there.
Oh, I see. All right. Yeah, they're there in the corner. Yeah. Is his hair blonde? What's going on with
Oh, it looks like his hair is blonde.
He's got dreads. You can't have blonde hair.
Hey, well that's easy. I got the PSD file. We'll get that corrected.
All right. But yeah. Looks good, man. Looks good. Yeah, that jacket's green too. So write that down too.
All right. Gotcha.
That's why I didn't recognize him. But hold on. I want to look at again. I didn't get to look. I know you're drawn. All right.
You're fine. Hold on. Let me pull it up so we can zoom in.
Let's see this. I want to see Zob. Zob's one of my favorites. I love her. Oh, look at her. Oh, she's right by my boys. Yeah. Yeah, it looks good. Yeah. Dude, I love that version of Denver though. Doesn't look anything like him, but I love it. Oh, we got some cool characters there. We got Liberty. Oh, that's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. Ace Blade, and I love that. I'm
a fan of this one.
Yeah, I love
Santa Claus pirate.
I love that the colorist did different styles on some of the colors to kind of fit the book a little bit more of what you would see in the book. I like that.
Hey, Veronica Smith is legit, man. She colors a lot of our books.
That's good.
Yeah, and there's good old Ace Blade.
Yeah, good old Ace Blade.
Tetsukura's tap dance killer.
Yeah. I love her holding that hat. It's fantastic. You got Avery there. No, it's good. I'm excited.
Yeah, so this thing has been slowly coming together. 27.
27. And how much is season 2?
Season 2, I think we only got 22 characters on season 2. Some episodes, like I had a couple different guests that couldn't come on just because things happen in life, so we got to get them rescheduled or whatnot. So it ended up just being me drawing my Hot Shot book live. So
Okay. So and you're gonna go directly to do the same thing for this one is the plan? Assuming
yep.
everything goes well? Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How
Yeah.
many
So
bad
I'm
guys you should draw this season?
Oh, I drew a lot more bad guys this season. I think we
Dude,
got up
that
to like 7 bad guys.
you may be able to do a bad guys versus good guys on this season, which would be cool.
Oh shoot! Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna do a whole another 20 some odd characters. I was thinking about doing getting a poll started for voting on who they want to see on the cover. Kind of get other creators to campaign for their characters so they get some
Okay.
promotion out of it as well.
All
Just
right.
fun stuff. But that last cover was 2 days of drawing and then 4.5 to 5 hours of inking straight.
Wow. Yeah, I remember you did a lot of it live, and like that was like 4 hours that day, right?
Yeah. Now I'm actually really looking forward to this part because you said your man has pretty messed up teeth.
Yeah, yeah, jacked up teeth.
So I'm
Look at
actually really
That
looking
things look
forward to this.
crazy. I was trying to show you some jacked up teeth, but I think you know what jacked up teeth mean. Spaced
Oh
out,
yeah.
all jacked up. What do we got for questions? I would think Hollywood, particularly of Voodoo, would be too fictional, campy, possibly way off the actual practice. Yeah, 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 absolutely. And a
Oh,
lot,
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
and a lot of things that we did in the book is we put voodoo stuff like voodoo gods, like ceremony stuff in the backgrounds of panels, even though they weren't necessarily used to really make sure that people saw, that we did our research. Because it's
Hmm.
really important, especially with Greg, right? We talked about Greg Elises. That guy will murder me if I get this shit wrong. Like flat out murder me. And I'm afraid of him. He works out like all the time.
He does, man. All the time he's out there lifting.
Right. I mean, he's got a bad back, so I've got a little advantage, but that's it. That's it.
Yeah, we were actually speaking of voodoo, we were watching this show that ended up pissing me off. It started off real good too. Britannia. And they were showing in that culture or whatnot how the druids, which are kind of like into the dark magics and things like that. But even though there was a king who ran the kingdom, the druids had all the say. Like the king,
Right.
like they decided who's going to be the king. Didn't matter if you were heir or not. They decided who died, who lived, and all this stuff. And like they had some pretty like freaky remedies out there. And I'm like, yeah, that could not be me, man. That could not be me in that world.
Right. Yeah, it's a weird time, with voodoo priests too. It's about financial,
Hmm.
what you can afford. It's very real life, but it's no different than your doctors. Don't pretend it isn't. Just because they have to take you, your insurance dictates what kind of treatment you're getting. Like, make no mistake.
Right.
We pretend we're a little bit better, but we're not. We're not.
Get
you know,
that.
especially even this COVID-19 vaccine, like it's supposed to be crazy expensive. Like most people won't be able to afford it. So whatever that is.
That's crazy. Something that's affecting the world. We want to make it expensive so people can't get it.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm gonna hold on one second. I'm gonna talk to my wife for just 1 second.
You're fine. You're fine. This will probably be the most detailed I've been on teeth or whatnot. I normally, but you say they're jacked up, then they need to be jacked up.
They need to be jacked up. Yeah. Yeah, he hides it with a smile, with his shut up. It's really interesting. It's a different book. So those who've read my breakdown, this book is written after the fact. It's written in a journal. The
Uh huh.
journal, the journal's kind of telling the story and being like, "Hey, here's what happened." In the five
Oh,
people.
okay.
So she's kind of telling what happens in a journal. So it's really interesting. You don't get the colorful language that you get. A lot less swearing, a little bit more story. But the setup of the first issue is probably the best setup I could possibly ever do. Like, it's really, really. really, really integrated with religion. From Ash Wednesday to the resurrection and all the
Mhm.
stuff that in with that. I actually have a master of theology who is the editor. He's the editor over at Scout. He also has a book called The Shepherd.
Mhm.
So he's working with that. So it's really, really cool to do that. In fact, most of the time when you see Bishop Lucas in the book, he actually has the ash cross on his forehead because he kept it there to mock them for the days of Lent.
Okay.
So it's pretty deep if you're into religion, and if you're not, it's just going to be like The Exorcist, right? The Exorcist, you don't even know a thing about religion. You just need to know that demons possess people.
Mhm.
So I wrote it both ways. I tried to write it in a good fashion. I've let people read it and go, hey, does this work? On both ways.
So how long did it take you to do all this research, man?
It was a lot. It was a lot. It took about a year. The story came about. It was really interesting. So this gentleman wrote me a message and said, hey, can I get can you do a voodoo story for me? And I was like, what do you mean? Can you write a voodoo story? And he gave me a pitch, and I started writing it. And I submitted it to him, and I thought it was really, really good. But he hated it. And this is something you'll learn as you start writing for other people. Like sometimes people really want you to write for them, and sometimes they have an idea that they just want you to do. It's just you rewriting their stuff. They're not hiring you to be you. They're hiring you to do that. And those people you have a hard time working with. So this guy's, I won't give all the details about it, but basically the voodoo priests were more, he would possess people and make them do things that were evil.
Mhm.
Um, I came up with a semi-different story. I used that. So I cut out all that guy's stuff and took my stuff and said, hey, I'd like to keep this part of the story. Are you good with that? He's like, yeah, go ahead. We're not going to work together on the project anyways. And it sat in my folder for a long time. COVID hit. And when COVID hit, that's when we finally got to do this book. I
Okay.
talked to Luke, and Luke was like, dude, let's do this book. He saw it. I sent him the whole outline because I outline everything. What pages are
Oh.
what. I outline issue 1, 2, and 3. So before, if you ever work on a book with me, I'm going to tell you where we're going from beginning to end. We may change as I start writing some of it, but for the most part, you know where it is. So I got that to people.
I'm
Back up.
I'm a I'm a fan of outlines, man. I'm a fan of them.
Yeah, more people need to do it, man. Like it's ridiculous. Um, so we got the outline, we got it all taken care of, got it all out. Um, and he loved the outline. He was like, "Can I draw this? Can I draw it?" And we submitted it to Starcross, and we were going to do some stuff with Starcross. And I then was informed through actions that there's certain people at Starcross that I do not want to work with.
Mhm. Right.
They did some things and said some things that I am not cool with, so I couldn't team up with them. So I decided to publish it through my own studio, which is not a problem for me. And even funny, I think it was on the interview. Someone asked me on the interview that I did with you guys live, "Do you think that you'll help Starcross? Do you think they'll help you, or you help them?" And I was honest, and I thought I would help them. So it is
Dig.
what it is. This is indie comics, guys. So Jay, do you ever go to C2E2 here in Chicago? If so, I would definitely go to Table. So I will sell a $5 book if I go to Chicago. I'm super excited. No, Jay, C2E2 is one of my goals. I have gone to C2E2, but it was before it was what it is now. I went way back in the day. I went in 2005, I think, is the last time I've gone. So it was a long time ago. Hung out with Rob Liefeld. It was a good day.
Yeah, man. I used to get into C2E2, but now it is a different beast and it's much harder now.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd love to go to the table. I'd love to check it out. But Jay, if you want to buy my work, you can buy it right on the Kickstarter. I have both Voodoo Nations. Voodoo Nations $12 shipped. And that comes with all the digital stuff. And then I'm known, for people who don't know this, I'm known for my stretch goals. My stretch goals are always top notch. So the stretch goal that we're about to announce is we're going to give voodoo charms. So the first thing is going to be a voodoo charm. You're going to get the Voodoo Nation's logo on a charm, kind of like a charm bracelet. So that's where we're going to start. So all my stuff is themed. When I did broke down, I have the first stretch goal was a air freshener. The second one was a bumper sticker. The third one was a keychain. So this will be no different. It'll be voodoo based. So it's going to be very interesting.
Oh, that's cool, man. That's cool. I like I like prizes on Kickstarter are things that you don't expect.
Right. Because everybody gets the same stuff, right? It's a bookmark and then a sticker and then another bookmark and then 4 extra pages. I always get worried when they offer 4 extra pages because it probably means that the book's going to be delayed.
Mm. Have you so talking about that and Kickstarters or whatnot? So the prizes with them being different sizes and things, does that have a big impact on how you ship? I know there's some tricks you can do with media mail and things like that. How do you overcome different shipping costs or anything like that?
I hide things very well.
Oh, okay.
Here is the secret. Buy one of these. So these are Gemini boxes. Make sure you buy these. You can hide things in here. And what's great about Gemini boxes, they can tell it's a comic. Like they can tell it's a comic. So they tend to not open them up. Ever since I switched to Gemini and from envelopes to Gemini, I haven't had people opening my stuff. So I really think that's the secret. But everything I get is kind of thin, you know. Even keychains, they're kind of thin, you know.
Okay.
So
Yeah, man, it's
he's
freaking
coming out.
fun.
Dope.
He's fun as hell to draw, man.
Yeah. We really wanted to make an iconic villain. It's funny because I'm struggling when I talk about the main characters. So the main characters are a couple named RJ and Brent, and they're kind of cool. Like they're straight edge. If you know what straight edge is.
Yep.
So they're hard rockers. So I have a band from what's called a hardcore scene called Sleeping Giants. Actually, the lead singer of Sleeping Giants is a friend of mine. That's a screamcore band. They've traveled the world. They're in the book as well. They're good friends of mine. So I've done all sorts of really cool stuff to add elements to make them cool. But I mean, look at this, dude. Why would you? How can I ask someone, hey, can I get a cover of this girl, this Puerto Rican girl with red hair, or a voodoo priest? Like, come on.
Yeah, you got to go with the eye candy, man.
Yeah.
Like this definitely is a more like this covers immediate eye grabber.
Yeah.
Or this character on the cover, like the promo art that you sent me for him and whatnot. Like he was immediately like, look at me, put your eyes on me. I'm the main event.
Yeah. Well, and it was funny too because I always forget how professional you are, and I want to apologize publicly because he was acting for no background, and I literally just assumed naturally that he was like most people, and I was like, "Oh, you just don't want the logo, and you don't know how to say that. You want without trade dress. All right, you're cute, kid. Here you go." And then when I saw your thing, I was like, "Oh, I had to make him do Photoshop. I'm so sorry."
You accidentally gave me exactly what I asked for because one of the images was black and white, and then this one was color, so they just fit right over each other. So I used one as a selection, copied and pasted, was good to go.
That makes sense. Yeah. So you used it as the layer, and then you cut out that layer as like a stencil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought that's what you were like. Hey, this is what I got, and like I know you want a PNG, so it worked out. Didn't take long, like 2 minutes. Yeah. So I am really freaking enjoying this, man. This is a fun guy. Like I already, I'm into the Kickstarter. Got my pledge stuff going here, but now I'm really ready now. Like, all right, let's see what this dude is about. Give me my book. I'm ready for it.
Well, and this one, I mean, this picture, this has got to be a cover. So we may get you in on issue 2. We've got way too many covers for issue 1, but we got to get this as a cover. Look at this. This is cover worthy right here. Get some colors on this. And I got a cover by Stan Yak. I don't know if you saw that. It's a beautiful cover.
No, I haven't seen that one. I can give you screen share if you want.
Yeah. Let me show people. Stan Yak is a professional. Let's see. Chrome tabs, Nations.
Oh, there we go. All
There
right.
we go. That's a Staniak cover. Look at that
Wow,
beauty. Little
dude,
crazy shenanigans. Oh, so good.
powerful, man.
Yeah. One of my other favorite covers is this one. So this one is on. We have a day and night version of this. This is the day, and it's him climbing on the Brazilian Christ the Redeemer and doing the Ash Wednesday thing on him. And he's got his jacked up teeth and out there. It's really cool. I, it's so awesome to do a cover like this. Let me show you the black and white version. Not the black and white, the night version.
Hmm.
The night, some pages, I'm going fast. There's the night version with the spotlight.
Oh, the spotlight is dope.
Yeah.
That's a
So
nice. That's a nice little subtle accessory, man. That's nice. I like that.
yeah, the day and the night pictures, they look like two different covers, but they're just adding the spotlight. And then this is the main cover. It's got like a lot of glare and stuff, but it's got the Christ Redeemer in the background. It's got a voodoo.
Mhm.
Very, very cool stuff. He's so much fun to draw. Everybody loves to draw him. Everybody's having a good time. Let me see what else we got here. So since I got you guys here, I'll look at rewards. And as Mike keeps drawing in the background, there's some cool stuff. Let me check if there's any comments before I do anything. Jerome, our letterer, is watching. He says it looks awesome. Thanks, Jerome. You've seen it all, so I don't know why you're impressed now, unless you're talking about specifically Watson's on, and then the stuff. This also, we have a backup story by Sebastian and Gambit. That's his stage name. He's a tattoo artist, and Ryan Smack. They did like a backup story that's really scratchy, which is really cool. It's a 3-page. Anyways, so our pledge levels, all the stuff we've got. So digital reward, if you $3, you get the book. $7, you get the digital deluxe, and that's going to show you some of the backup stuff. It's going to show you unused pictures, some cover galleries. For $10, you get the orange cone. So that means all my broke down stuff, all the parallel stuff, and Voodoo Nations, all in one package. Physical for $12, you get it, plus all the digital returns. And like I said, we already have 7 books that you're going to get for free on the digital, plus anything else we add as we go. $15, you get the day cover. $25, you get the day and night cover. $35, you get all 3 of those wonderful covers. And then $40 is when you start getting the Staniak goodness. Next, we got the collector's kit. The collector's kit's really cool. It's got a virgin variant. It's also got the blank cover for those who want to sketch it. It comes with a mini print. It comes with trading cards and comes with some stickers. So that's pretty cool. If you want to get the deluxe version, it's $100. And then you also get a head sketch from Luke Stone, which is cool. So he'll draw a head sketch for you and send it out.
Oh, that's nice.
And it doesn't have to be Bishop Lucas. It could be whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got some creator pledges. So Luke Stone, he's got a 5-issue mini. So his book and my book to get in Voodoo Nation. So that's one option. Or you can get my books in Voodoo Nations in physical together, whichever you want. Or if you like both of us, go nuts. We've got all of it.
All of it.
That's 12 books that you get with that. So it's pretty cool. Then we got our retail packages. And then we've got, oh my God, it went away. Oh, I've got to add it back.
Okay.
I accidentally deleted it. All right, so let me tell you what it is. That's why people aren't pledging on it. We have. I'm going to add it right now. Actually, we're gonna show you some Kickstarter backend right here. So what is really cool is I have a couple pledge levels. So one is where you can get drawn in the book. It's $150. And what it gets you is you actually get the collector's kit. So you'll get a sketch cover as well drawn, and you'll get to be in the book. You'll get a he draws you in a crazy scene where everybody's being get put on the ash for Ash Wednesday. So that's really, really cool. So you get drawn in the book. The second one is $250. And what you get with that is, get this, you get to actually create a voodoo priest with me.
Okay.
So we're going to create the one that's in New Orleans. So there's 2 that appear in the story of New Orleans. You get to create one of them from scratch. So it's you, me, Luke Stone, all together, and we create this wonderful Voodoo Nations thing. So it's pretty cool.
That sounds really fun, man.
Yeah, and they'll get creative credit and everything, all the stuff that they deserve, you know. So that's I think is going to be really cool.
All right, I need to pull
Where
pen
did I
back.
put this? I know you guys can see my stuff. I apologize. Why don't you take over control because I'm not showing them stuff that's cool.
All right, cool beans. Actually, while you were doing that, I was charging my pen up a little bit here.
So no drawing has happened since I was
Oh,
doing this.
I just started back.
All right.
I got the little alert that the pen was freaking going down. There we go, and she's
Oh,
back.
no, that's not it either. I got to remember what I called it. Now I'm struggling. Guys, this is what it's like to do a Kickstarter, man. You never know what's going to happen. You could accidentally delete something and then it's not there and you're wondering why nobody's pledging on it. So what are you working on now?
Right now, I'm about 9 pages in on Hot Shot number 10.
Okay.
I just approved with Danny Cooper his plot outline for Heroes International number. Oh well, that means the ribs are good. They're falling off the bone. I just approved Danny's plot outline for Heroes International number 4 and 5.
Okay.
Uh, we are. I just read a new miniseries that we just decided that we're going to launch with
Now who gets
FSK.
to make those decisions?
Me and Danny. It depends on whoever gets to it first, really.
You and
Like
who?
if Danny
Okay.
Cooper.
Okay.
If he would have got this story first and he wanted to go ahead and do it, I would have been fine with it. But I just so happened to get it before him, and I was like, "Oh, dude, we need to add this to the roster." Danny's the editor in chief at Freestyle Comics,
Right.
so when I got it, I was excited about it. I told him this is what I would like to, get this going, but I wanted to make sure he was on board with it as well. I didn't want it just to be a forced decision from
Right.
me just because I own FSK or whatnot. He has brought just as much to the table as I have with it.
Right.
But so those are the things that we're doing right now. So I just actually we're trying to figure out, like, we have a couple different options to put to, we got 8 pages left to fill in our Hot Shot Trade Volume 1. So we're trying to figure out what we want to put in there. And we wanted to make sure we put something in there that was actually going to, correlate with what we have coming out, which is Zero Event number 1. So we just figured out what we want to do for that. And I was getting with my intern on, hey, so I got your next assignment. So here's the reference art, and I'm going to need you to put this together for us.
Wow.
So just trying to get that set up and ready to go. I'm gonna have to do some post production work on a couple things, getting some books formatted and get them ready to get off printed. I actually just picked up today Danny J. Quick's trade for Ace Blade. I went and got that from the printer today.
Oh, nice.
So I've got to get that shipped
So
out
that'll
to
be on the
him.
shop to order. Will that be the order of the shop soon for people to order?
Yes, that'll be ordered in the shop soon. I got to get it shipped out to Sean and Danny J. Quick here. So I actually just picked that up today.
Nice.
Yeah. So a lot of stuff going on, but it's definitely keeping me busy and creating a good time. Got a couple things going on with Miss Moana McAdams and John Scooter Robinson that we got in the pot cooking. I just wish sometimes there was 2 of me.
Right.
That would
And
make
Mr.
things.
Robinson needs to be writing more. The Scorpios are taking forever to come out.
And he's taking on this project with me.
Yeah, well, and he needs some more writing gigs. Like Scorpio takes forever. Like I mean, it's like a year and a half between issues. Like, and I know he's methodical and works really hard on him. So I'm not. This isn't. That's not an insult. It's more of a, hey, like we need to get your stuff, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, I like what you're doing. So let's get some other things while that one thing is happening.
Right. And it's tough for indie creators too, right? Because us writers, we want to keep writing, but you really should finish what you start if you can.
Hmm.
But I mean, he's had all sorts of small little delays. A lot of them not his fault. So
Oh wow, dude. I don't know how you are with the things you work on, but when I'm drawing, I always end up liking like the weird things in my picture that just seem real obtruse and normal. Like I'm all the way in love with that hand right now.
so anybody who has any questions, hey, ask us questions. We've gone through our repertoire. I can talk about other
Oh,
things.
Jerome was saying he was digging what I was doing here with Bishop.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Thank
absolutely.
you, man. Appreciate that very much coming from you.
Yeah, he is my letterer. He's basically like the second in command of Orange Cone. So anything that I do, I have him part of. So he's lettering every story in Cthulhu Invades Oz. I take that back. There's one other person's doing their own page. They were stubborn, but everybody else is getting their own. All done by Jerome. Jerome works for Action Labs, does a lot over there. Does
Woo!
all the broke down stuff. Does Cthulhu. We just finished up a book for another company. As a lot of people know, I can be hired to help you on your Kickstarter. And someone needed my help, so I helped him get the letter. I helped him get some art. We did some stuff that was Return to Sender. It was a cowboy book, so we helped that. That got funded last couple, not even like 3 weeks ago, 3 or 4 weeks ago. So we're finishing up production on that, getting that shipped out, which is really cool. They raised $2,786, which is pretty cool, with 150 backers.
Mm, nice.
We're pretty good for a first issue.
Sounds about right, man.
He's never done anything before, so that's cool. So I'm excited. So who is in season two? Because I watch your shows, but I watch them for like 5 minutes because you at the worst time. 6 o'clock is the my wife's out of work. I want to talk to her time. So who is in season two? Who are my
We
partners? And can I
uh,
bash them?
oh, you can absolutely bash them. We got Stephanie Menard,
Oh, Clock
Lori
Monster.
Foster.
Did you get to draw Clock
Um,
Monster?
who did I draw this time for her? I can't remember her name. It's from Aeon. It's the
Aeon,
wife.
yep.
I drew the
Okay.
wife this time. And I did a very not a cover girl, but a very fashion photo shoot of her in this like huge dress, laid back in a chair, like her own throne, holding her champagne bottle.
Oh, damn. All right.
Yeah, so that was fun. Like that's the thing. Like I'm drawing so many different characters that are kind of like not what I would normally draw in my wheelhouse. So trying to come up with ways to represent other people's characters so they still, they look cool in my style.
That's so. Daniel says I need to talk to Travis about doing an AD short for down the line, dude. I would love to do that. In fact, it's really interesting that you say that. So I do a book called Parallel. So what I do is I do small anthology stories, um, and I'm building up for my volume 4, but I think for volume 3, I'm gonna actually. So many people have helped me out and done stuff as artists who just love my work and give me some stuff sometimes free. I'm gonna put it out there that I'll write like a 4-page story for anybody if they want to use my name, because I've got a pretty good rep and people will buy stuff because I'm in it. I'm at that level of the game,
Okay.
which is cool. So I'm gonna start writing people, giving them 4 pages, giving them 5 pages, giving them small short stories because I'm really good at it. So I can make my parallels book and have a one where I promote people. So I'll put it out, it'll promote other people. So I could have an edge story in it, or it'd have somebody else's. So
That
I'd like to
sounds
do that. I
good.
think that would be fun.
And it continues to get your name out there, so that doesn't hurt.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. But it's really to help somebody else. One of the keys to Kickstarter success and why Short Fuse does so well is all the talent on Short Fuse helps each other out when they do a Kickstarter. That's
Hmm.
why your art book is a huge moneymaker opportunity for you, but you still gave it to Daniel to use in his campaign.
Yeah.
That's awesome with its own cover. Like that's what it's all about, and that's what it's about building these things. You know, um, there's a lot of people who take it this this industry, and it's really cool. The ones that don't, and they try to get back to each other. You know. So Daniel, yes, absolutely, I've read American Dreams. I'm so excited to get my copy. I just read it recently, and I gave him some feedback. I gave him feedback, and I gave the same feedback to Sean Mack, and Sean Mack's like, Dan, you need to do an editing gig at Short Fuse. And I was like, man, just send something to me. Because it wasn't that, there's two types of editors. There's editors who want you to write their story. So they basically change things to make it better in their eyes. And there's editors like myself. I'm not really good at like grammar and spelling, but as a story editor, I can help you tell your best story without changing what you have, but adding small elements that make it better and more exciting.
And that's what it's about right there, man. And I think it takes you got to really be comfortable with yourself to take on an editor, because you got to be willing to understand that this person isn't going to like everything that you do. They're not there to kiss your ass. They're there to make you
Right.
like to bring the story that you want to bring to light. They're there to help you do that. And it may not always be in agreement with what you want to do or how you thought to do it.
Yeah. Dana says, awesome, because I want to do a collection of AD related stories for a project online. Yeah, man. I think everybody should do that. Kyron, who's on the show before, I think Kyron should write a sob story. The history of that character is a lot of fun. Superheroes are a lot of fun to draw, and just have a short, Help from My Friends issue, and draw 3 short stories or 5 short stories, in the universe. That's what's fun about superheroes. Superhero stories can be have been known to come in and out, really fast. So
Let's see if this. Oh yeah. Oh, this is working out so well. Damn it! I was going good. Where's that break at? As soon as I said it.
up there in
Right.
the corner, up in the top there, top
Yeah.
corner.
That's what I was thinking. That's where it bled out. So.
No, there's one. Click
Oh,
out.
thank you.
See where they're over in the corner there, right there.
Got it. There we go.
He's beautiful. And it's funny because I've watched a few of your programs, and basically the length of time, it always takes about a one and a half, but you can tell the ones that you're rushing at the end, and the ones that I could have been done a long time ago, but I'm having fun. I'm loving it.
I try not to make it obvious. But yeah. Let's yeah, there he is, man. Let's take a look at that guy in progress.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, that
So
one's
I didn't know. So
super
what do
fun.
you use? Do you use Clip Studio? What do you use?
I'm using Procreate.
Procreate? Okay.
Yeah. It's the best $13 art program you will find in the world. For that price, this thing does damn near virtually everything Photoshop does.
Right.
But this one was severely fun, man. This one was real fun.
Yeah, dude. I really hope. I know you don't want to draw the big thing, but I would love to see a villains versus heroes. Since you've drawn so many villains this season.
That would actually be kind of cool, because I have, like you said, I have drawn a number of villains this year, or this season, or whatnot.
Or maybe you just draw 2 covers, do a villain cover, and then you do a heroes cover. Yeah, it will take you a little bit more time, but it gives you good options on the Kickstarter too.
It does. Travis is full of ideas, man.
I own a marketing company. I always tell people that. They just forget.
All right. There he is, man, right there. Bishop, that was awesome. So, Travis, tell everybody where they can find you at, man. Where they need to follow you at.
Yes.
We got the. Let me see if let me go ahead and copy the Kickstarter again one more time. Get this guy your support.
Yes. Please back the Kickstarter. We have some really cool stuff. Like I said, I'm going to announce later on tonight the first stretch goal, which is going to be the charm, which will show the Voodoo Nation symbol, which is really, really cool. So I think you guys will really dig that. You can find me at brokedownandfourdeadbodies.com. You can find me at voodoonations.com. Each of my books have their own little website because they're fancy like that. You can find me on Facebook and Travis Gibb, or you can find me on Instagram or Twitter, which I just found out that we weren't Instagram friends, Mike, and I apologize.
I did
I
not
just
know
fixed it.
that.
We're good. We're fixed, so everything's fine.
Awesome.
It's Jester Lou, JESTLTERLOU. And Daniel, I just got your message. Once I read issue 3, I will let you know what character I would like to draw. Yes, I'm
Thank you
glad to
very
be
much,
added in
Doom
the
Smith.
selection.
Let me see here. Copy. And then I'm going to load this up for you on the Google Drive, and then it is all yours, sir.
I appreciate it. I'm excited. I'm going to get this baby colored. We'll get this colored ASAP.
Oh, awesome! I'm looking forward to that. Let me hit the selects.
You're so lazy. He doesn't even write his own thing. He puts a little puts your own logo. You can't spend your second with your pen to write the name.
Yeah, I've been doing that, and then somebody pointed out. So, like, this has got Karan Grant. I used to go to school with him in college. I'm a fantastic freaking artist, and I was over his
Yeah,
house
yeah,
with him one
I
day
know.
talking to him. Yeah, and he was like, "Man, you know how like he's done stuff for Man of Steel, GI Joe,
Yeah, yeah.
RoboCop, all types of crazy stuff." And I was like, "Man, how are you getting all these gigs?" He's like, "You want to know how? Because when my artwork is online or anybody shares or anything, literally you see my name, Karan Grant, on it, and that's how people find me from other people
Yeah.
sharing my artwork, and they see my name on it. And I would do my little signature, my little doctor signature on it, but nobody could ever make it out, so they didn't know who the hell I was. So I had to put a definitive one where people can read it.
Nice.
But yeah, this one, hey man, thank you so much. This one was super fun to draw. I had tons of fun with this one. But we'll get
I
this
love it.
uploaded over to you. All right.
Yeah. We'll add some Misty effects. It'll be all cool. But thank you for having me on. I love short fuse. I love draw and chat. Make sure, hey, and remember, guys, Amazon, if you have Prime and you're here for season 2, you know you like boys. You know you like it. You know you bought Prime for boys. All you have to do is log on to Twitch one time and give your money to Michael Watson. That's it. It's not. You don't even have to watch it. Just hit the subscribe button. Do that. Michael Watson gets some money, and then he can continue to draw. Like, do you think drawing free?
Hey, that is the greatest idea ever, and I am so going to push that. So please, yeah, thank you so much. Doomsmith, thank you,
What
man.
you
I
need to
said
do is when the boys.
which is that?
I said, what you need to do is draw one of the boys when the boys comes out and explain this is how Twitch works. You bought the boys. You're excited to see episode 1. Here's why it could be beneficial to me.
Awesome. Awesome. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Going to put it all into work. I want to thank Travis for coming on the show. Thank you for letting me play in his yard again with his characters. We dropped that link for the Kickstarter in there. It is on, again, on Twitch and on Short Fuse Media Group's page for Facebook. Go share it, pledge $1, do whatever pledge you want. If you can't support with any money, please just go out there and share it and advocate for him, man. The more money he gets, the more books that he can make. And he's making a lot of great stuff out here. So we want that to continue to happen out. In case you're trying to figure out where to follow me at, I have almost got all my branding switched over to my new moniker or whatnot. Facebook has not done it yet. I don't know what's taking so long to change the name of my Facebook page, but I digress. We'll just go ahead and rock with it. You can follow me as Most Epic Art on Instagram, Twitter, Patreon, and TikTok, because that's where all the kids are right now. Be sure to go to shortfusemediagroup.com, our website. We have about 25 different comic books that you can check out there. Of course, follow Chat and Draw. I'm on YouTube as Dear Creative. And Friday, we will be back with a new episode of Good, the Bad, and the Nerdy. And just, come join us, hang out. I think we do some cool, fun things. And I want to continue doing those things. Again, shout out to Travis. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Good night.